So most of the time, we don't have all the space that I have here, for example, to work on our ball handling. So I'll give you guys a few things that we can work on with our stationary type of ball handling. So first off, to address that kind of elephant in the room of why I'm not a huge fan of stationary ball handling, is I think in basketball, moving is more important than anything. And if we're only training our ball handling in a stationary sense, we're not really getting that movement component. But to bring it back to the beginning, I'll show you guys how you can make the most of it, because I do think there is some value in it. Let's get to it. So number one is adding in a change of speed, getting comfortable going from slow to fast and transitioning between the two and everywhere in the middle pretty well. So a lot of what you see in stationary ball handling is pounding as fast as you can, really just trying to get as many moves as you can in 30 seconds or a minute or however you're doing it. But I think if we're gonna be training stationary, we have to attack that kind of change of speed where we're maybe hanging that ball, kind of floating it in our hands, and then speeding up off of that. We're emphasizing actually slowing down, going from 0% to 100%, and then everywhere in between. Number two is adding in some rhythm, right? I think rhythm is a really underrated component of being a good athlete, but also a good ball handler. And the more we can get creative with this, the better we can challenge our handles. So number one of my favorite drills to do in a stationary environment is just flipping some music on and dribbling to the rhythm of that music. So now you have to conform that dribble to the music. It's challenging you, and you're also kind of figuring out how to find that rhythm and stay in it. Another one is just creating rhythms kind of by yourself and then having to stick to that with different moves. That can again challenge the control in a much better way. Number three is adding in a height change challenge. So we talked about changing speeds, going from 0 to 100 and vice versa, but I also think stationary ball handling can be a really good way to train dropping from high to low and vice versa. Because this is one of the things that you'll notice with the best ball handlers and athletes in general, is that they're able to go from this kind of chill, relaxed, high up position and then quickly drop into these low acceleration positions. So in some of these drills, I'm really relaxed and then I'm dropping quickly into a lower position. And I have a whole video about how we actually do this as hoopers, but it's a quality that we can really attack in our stationary drill. And then number four is adding in a freestyling component. So actually being creative and expressing your creativity rather than just dribbling the same dribble 50 times in a row. Again, a lot of what we see in stationary ball handling is just the same dribbles over and over again. But in basketball, as we know, we have to be creative as athletes, as hoopers. And the more that we can actually get outside of the box and get outside of our comfort zone with freestyles and with different moves, the better results we're gonna see, especially from stationary ball handling. Finally, number five, I don't want you to make stationary ball handling a conditioning workout. You can if you really want to, but I do think that we should train our ball handling here in a more targeted sense, where we're actually attacking some of these qualities rather than just trying to burn ourselves out. You see a lot of stationary burnout drills where we're really just trying to tire ourselves out or get our forearms to burn. But when you look at why we're actually doing that, it's kind of hard to explain why. So focus more on these qualities, less on just getting yourself tired, and this is how you're going to actually see improvement on the court. So as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to train this way where we focus on movement and we focus on these really targeted qualities, make sure to check out the Ultimate Ball Handling Program. Thanks for tuning in. Go get to work.